On today's episode of Married to Rubbish, so Loma finally came around after almost 2 months of not showing up, and that's true. I don't know if you go outside my house now, you go notice say all the dustbin don't full. Loma no one go hungry pack dustbin. We don't know wetin we do them, but I digress. I asked my niece to help knock on my neighbor's doors so they know the refuse truck was around, since the woman usually does the same for me. My niece came back and said, "Auntie, the wife isn't home, but the husband is." I was like, no wahala, he'll probably bring the refuse out. A few minutes later, the wife called me from wherever she was and asked if my niece could help carry the bags and refuse she had already packed in the kitchen balcony. I asked, but your husband is at home, isn't he? She didn't answer the question. She just kept saying, sis, please help me. So this man called her on the phone to come back and take the refuse out or what? I'm genuinely confused. So this grown man couldn't carry his own household refuse outside. Well, my niece isn't doing it either. Please, marry kind, helpful men. It's the little things that tell you a lot about a person. And I agree, because this isn't helping. This is doing what you're supposed to do, because me and you stay in this house. And even if I normally take out the refuse, in fact, I've realized that abroad, men are the ones who take out the refuse. Women deliberately remind their men to take out the refuse. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's what I've seen in the movies and videos and whatnot. But in this case, the wife is the one that takes out the refuse. She's not home. The yeye husband is home. He's deliberately refusing to take out the refuse. Instead, he had the nerve, the audacity, the temerity to call his wife to come back from where she was to come and take out refuse. You're a useless man. You're a rubbish man. And it's sad because most of you behave the way you behave because your mothers did not raise you right. Because if your mothers raised you right, I don't understand why you would call your wife to come out and take the refuse. Make it make sense. Kind of reminds me of one of my family members that is just a useless man. Although he's supposed to be my uncle, but he's a useless man. I'll never forget the day that this man called me to come from church. I was in church because the church was close to the house. This man called me from church to come and make noodles for him. I should leave church and come and make noodles for him. Out of respect, I did it. Out of respect, I did it. But if to say now, me now, I'm not going to even pick the concept to begin with. That's to show you the audacity that some of these men have. That's how they were raised. That's how they were brought up. To just see women as house helps. Rubbish attitude.